Banishers.
I found the chest.
You did? How wonderful.
What will you do with the money?
The money is yours. You earned it. And if you did not accept it as a gift, a token of my gratitude and my regret.
Show me your wares.
You'll find what you need, I'm sure.
I'll bid you good day. Does the day find you well, Madam Doctor?
As well as it can, Mr. McWraith. And I have a banisher to thank for it.
You're welcome. Let's not make a habit of it.
My word before God on it.
I've something for you. Art stuff.
Oh, I may draw once more. And to think I once thought you useless.
I usually get by on charm, style, and general good looks, but occasionally I can be of service. I should go.
I'll wish you luck, if you believe in it.
Kate, good day to you. Good to see you back in business.
Red McWraith, what can I do for you?
Now that you're in charge, what's the word in camp, may I ask?
I've little time, but you may ask.
All right then. What's the news around here?
Jacob Lynn lives among us now. That's new. And surprising. He's always been wild.
Oh, I've met the man. He did seem ill-suited to, being around other people.
That he believes himself a wolf, that's new too. But surprises me less. He's always been strange.
What's your plan?
I've thought long and hard about this. My conclusion, we should stay here. Start afresh.
Here? In the woods?
They won't always be the woods. We'll clear the land, plant it, make something of it. We owe it to those who died.
How is your sister?
She's gone. When I told of what she'd done, she had no choice but to leave.
Did telling the truth serve you?
The truth is dangerous. Not least to she who tells it. But the cut is clean. The rot is gone. Her lies can harm us no more.
Will you make peace?
I don't know. She sent friends and neighbours to their deaths. I'd like to think she'd not have done the same to me. But I'll never know for sure.
It's time we talked of Deborah.
Yes, it is.
How did you meet?
I'll not answer that. It's the moment of my life I cherish most. Words would only fail it. I will say this, despite my grief. For a time, I laid my head on Deborah Comenius's bosom. And for that, I'll be forever grateful.
What happened to her?
Pennington levelled accusations against her. Vile accusations. Many delighted in them. She was clever. She was free. She cherished the truth, of the mind and of the heart. Some took that for godlessness, but I've never met a person more divine.
Her ghost appeared when we downed the beast. Have you seen her since?
God save me, no. My heart would not bear it. Might it happen yet?
I don't believe she wished to frighten you. I doubt she'll bother you again. She has business elsewhere.
If ever you should deal with Deborah, deal quick. Let her not suffer long. For her sake, and for mine.
I'm trying to track someone down, and I was hoping you could help me.
I doubt I'll be much use, but I'll help you if I can.
So, I found your name in an old letter. It was addressed to someone by the name of Grace. It was written by Deborah Comenius.
You're tenacious, I'll give you that. But must you push so?
Deborah wrote of a cabin in the woods. Could this Grace person have found it?
I don't know. It was all a very long time ago. I had forgotten her.
Did Grace ask you for help?
No. Grace Pennington vanished. No one ever saw her again.
Grace Pennington? As in Captain Saul Pennington?
Pennington had a daughter, and you knew her.
I knew her, but not well. Deborah had her in the school and spoke of her from time to time. Shy as a porcupine and twice as prickly, as I recall.
Deborah wrote the letter in February 1688. When did Grace disappear?
Months later, Pennington accused Deborah of being a witch. In my recollection, that moment overshadows all others.
Could Grace have survived alone out here in the woods?
Possibly. But could she remain unseen? No. All thought she'd left New Eden. Gone west, perhaps into the wilds.
Does the name Seeker mean anything to you?
It sounds less a name than a calling, but neither mean anything to me. We done?
One more question. Did the schoolteacher keep a cabin in the woods?
Deborah spent much time walking the woods, trying to understand New Eden, she said. Now that you mention it, I remember a snowstorm. She spent 3 days in a hut not far from here. Southeast, across the drawbridge, along the path towards the mine. If it's still there.
Goodbye to you, Huntress. I look forward to seeing things improve, now that you're in charge.
Thank you, Red. Travel safe.
Symbols. The hut may be near. I sense magic. Could Seeker be here?
Faded with age. Hard to know what it was for. Do we have enough Bibles for Hugh Bachelor? What do you think?
Don't ask me. One is already too many. Folk look well. Maybe they'll settle here.
Are you still here?
Why, you're welcome. It's an honour to help you out. No thanks necessary.
Spare me your humour, soldier.
I happened upon this, a package for the garrison. The messenger didn't make it, sad to say, but I'm happy to deliver.
At last, the long-awaited payroll, just as Fairfax promised. Morale may improve yet.
Sad to say there's no payroll. It's just a bundle of letters. I suspect the money was stolen.
Maybe we were wrong to give it away.
Ah, for shame. I should not be surprised. Thank you, all the same, for the delivery. Perhaps the post shall offer some comfort.
What do you know of a young woman named Grace?
I don't know where you heard that name, Banisher. But you should not say it again.
It's important, else I wouldn't ask.
I owe you, Banisher. And I believe your word is good, but I cannot help you.
I read the name on a letter. It was a very interesting missive. According to this letter, what happened to Grace was entirely your fault.
No! The fault was hers. She was stubborn.
The letter told quite the tale. I'd like to hear your side of it.
I have heard tell, sir, of the contumacious Scots, and I did not hear wrong. For you are indeed relentlessly, perversely, bloody-mindedly obstinate.
Why the mystery?
A stubborn and difficult child. Always quick to disobey. Especially when the orders were mine. Never understood her antagonism or hostility. A sheer bloody-minded antipathy. She didn't get it from her mother. Now I have no daughter, and it is all the better for all concerned.
The letter was clear. You're to blame for what happened to her.
She has no one to blame but herself. I tried to prevent it. She would not listen. I hurt her. That, sir, is laughable. I worked hard to make up for her mistakes, so she would not pay the price for them.
Whatever you did seems to have made things worse.
I stood firm. That, sir, is what must be done, and that, sir, is what I do. I stand firm.
Want to tell me what happened?
If you must know it, I sent her away. I exiled her.
Why? Why would you do that?
She left me with no choice. I caught her in an act of sin. I caught her reading, studying. Witchcraft, sir. I caught her studying witchcraft. There was a book. I don't know where it came from, and damned if I could get rid of it, but she would not put it down. Not even after I forbade it.
Now, why does Lammy Haskell suddenly spring to mind? And Deborah, too.
Though Deborah was innocent, you accused her of witchcraft. Do you deny it?
Deny it? I claim it. By law, she was no witch. But neither was she innocent. She was poison. A ruiner of children. She corrupted my Grace. I am a much changed man with the intervening years. Looking back, with the benefit of experience, I was entirely right and would not change a thing.
If I came to learn your daughter survived, if I knew where she was...
No, I'd have nothing to say to her. For me and all who know me, Grace Pennington is long dead. You wanted answers. Now you have them. And there are no more.
So you'll notice. Funny that. Just so happens that I've 5 Bibles right here. You may have them. A heretic like me's no use for them.
You surprise me, Scotsman, and I am grateful. God blesses you for this, though you believe in him or not.
I must take my leave of you, sir.
God be with you.
Miss Keen.
What do you want?
How are you, Miss Keen?
How am I? Busy is how I am. I've a future to prepare for, and I have no idea what it looks like. You don't really want to know, do you? You're being polite. You don't care. I'm just a poor old spinster. If you cared about me, you'd help me.
What's the nature of the request?
I need money, sir. But I'll not beg, no. I wish to trade. You, sir, are a man of adventure, and I have a treasure map. I'll sell it to you. Cheap.
This is how our work is rewarded, with a discount.
I may be interested.
All right, let's talk numbers.
I'll bid you good day.
Troop off, why don't you?
Sir, please, I told you! Oh, Mr. McGrath, pardon me. I mistook you for someone else. Good day to you both.
You're troubled. Who do we blame?
Troubled is a word for it, and you may blame men. Good girls here are meant to marry, and I am alone. I'll leave New Eden. But wherever I go, I'm just another woman of marrying age.
Tell me about folk here. Lots of interest.
What would you like to know?
What of Lammy Haskell? Is he his father's son?
He has no interest in his father's activities. I suspect that's for the best.
What do you think of our governor?
I were you, I'd stay away from the whole damn madhouse. Haskell's betrayal has crushed their faith. It scares me.
How are you, Moira?
Could be worse. My leg's not great, but I don't tax it. I look after myself. A break from visiting suitors would be nice. Self-important Puritan fools. Liz would be laughing. I, however, am not.
We promise to help, and we will. I may have a proposal for you.
I have more than enough proposals already. Go on, then.
We'll write you a new story. We'll make you a widow.
Tempting as it may be, I'll not be party to murder. Wait. I see. I need a dead husband. So we invent one?
The governor's office will provide a death certificate. Not that anyone there will know it.
Proof, should anyone ask it, that my story is true. All right, so. I'll await your return. Thank you. Thank you most kindly.
All the best, Moira.
Aye, and to you.
Watch out!
Try this on for size. Try this on.
God has returned us to the light, and we have downed the golden calf and burned other less figurative heretical icons. Our false prophet governor hides from the light of God's fury. He can't hide forever.
Don't take this the wrong way, but What the hell are you talking about?
I know it now. We have burned it all. Our meeting house is gone, yet the curse remains. The governor is the source. I know it.
You're canny, Hugh Bachelor, I'll give you that. There's no fooling you.
The light of our Lord is with me.
It shines in his eyes while he talks through his behind.
I must take my leave of you, sir.
God be with you.
So, how did her late husband die? What did he write down?
He died at sea. Fell overboard in a storm. Terrible loss. At least he didn't suffer and so on.
That'll work.
Done. All it needs is an official seal. I hereby declare Mary Claire O'Hara officially widowed.
Let's bring Moira the good news. Moira.
Oh, 'tis yourself.
Congratulations. You are now officially speaking the Widow O'Hara.
The paper. Joy of joys. Now when I tell them to go hang, they must listen.
The journey must have been terribly difficult for you and your sister, having seen your husband drowned at sea like that.
Oh, tragic indeed. My heart will never recover. Thank you again.
All the best, Moira.
Aye, and to you.
I love you, Red. I know I didn't say it often. Not enough.
You said it in other ways.
Still.
Nah. I love you to the moon and back.
Ready and waiting.
Back down to hell!
This can't be a coincidence. Could Grace be Seeker? Dusty. Seeker hasn't been here for a long time.
Anyone home? Deborah knew about this place.
Focus on the matter at hand, Red.
I am.
More demonology. Unusual for a witch. These two schools of magic don't usually see eye to eye. Perhaps Lammy could help us with the spell.
Fine wardrobe for a youngster.
They're rags.
And they won't help us find her. Aye. Quite the fall from grace.
That's not funny, and neither is this.
Aye. Fair enough.
Seeker drew this. Now we know. She's in the mountains. There's a ritual of dissimulation, and we need the catalyst. Same circle as the one on the entrance. The circle powers the door, but I don't know the symbol. I don't know it, but I think Lammy might. We did well to come here. Now we know where she's hiding. Soon we'll be able to use the pond. All we need is the key to the dissimulation spell. And Lammy Haskell will help us with that.
Aye, sure.
Whatever it is, out with it.
Oh, now what I say is worth listening to.
Only when it doesn't slow us down.
You're in an awful hurry. It's as if you can't wait to leave.
It's not like that. It's complicated.
Aye, all right. I believe you. The arrows feel better, more stable.
Yes?
We found a page ripped from a book. Here, do you recognize it?
Let me see. Is this from the Trismegistus riddles? Yes, it seems to be. Why would you bring me one mildewed page from an amusing but harmless little book?
Why would you fail to disclose that you'd given another ritual to another friend?
It was a long time ago. I said after Caleb I'd distribute no more rituals, and that's what I've done. Not done.
We know. But we're looking for Grace Pennington now, and we were hoping you'd help us find her.
Who?
Really, boy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mistress Antea. You said Grace's name, and it is my reflex to protect her.
Ever heard of someone named Seeker?
Seeker? No. Sounds like a title, like my true pursuer. This Seeker... Is she Grace? Is she alive? Do you know where she is?
We think she's Grace. We hope she's still alive. We're trying to find her.
We think she's hidden herself away behind your dissimulation spell.
Then you'll need to unravel it. Shouldn't be too difficult once you're armed with the salient facts.
When was the last time you saw Grace Pennington?
It had to be a few days after I brought her the cloaking ritual. When I returned to visit, the hut had disappeared. Which makes sense now that I think of it.
That's it? You never again tried to find your best friend, your only friend.
Well, you see, some weeks later the first whispers of witchcraft started to fly about town. I kept my head down, and Grace was better off out of it. I was right. And I'm glad she escaped. Strange to think of her again after so long.
How does the ritual work?
It creates illusions so effective that they deceive even the keenest eye. There are more effective cloaking spells, but the Trismegistus riddles do have a simple elegance.
The short version, please, ending with how we break it.
Yes, of course. To achieve that, all you need is the caster's full name and the symbol used to make fast the illusion.
Grace Pennington and a triangle pointing downwards.
Well then, now all you need is a simple counterspell from the same book and... Oh my.
What now?
I'm afraid I left my copy in the Araloo. In the void.
That's just great. Just great.
Yes, but in my defense, once you've retrieved the book, dispelling Grace's illusion will be like a walk in the park. Comparatively speaking.
Thank you for your help.
Could you tell Grace that I'm still her friend? I'd be glad to see her again.
Once we found her, we'll be glad to tell her.